talk about it. I think during this time period, the major games, SNK versus Capcom, Marvel versus Capcom, you had the Alpha series. So there was a lot of crossover stuff going on at the time, but
I think this was the last fighting game Capcom did until Street Fighter 4.
Was it? Okay.
So that was like a good 5-6 year gap.
Which, makes sense because, you figure how many games Capcom was just kind of like punching out at this time. So you could see why this game would easily be kind of overlooked or just lost in the shuffle. But I've maybe played it once for a few minutes, but I figured who better to play it with than you, because we both are diehard Capcom guys. You love all the early classic 2D Capcom games. You're a big fan of SNK and the Marvel vs. Capcom series, stuff like that. So I really wanted to check this out with you and just really kind of dig a little deeper into it. I think my biggest thing, what really kind of made me want to play this one more so than anything, was just the inclusion of the Red Earth characters, really, because you've seen them in the arcade as a standalone game, but we never really got a home port of any of the Red Earth games, right, as far as I know.
Not till recently with the recent bundle collection that Capcom came out with.
I think they came out on, Switch and
Switch,
the PlayStation?
PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
Okay. So, yeah, with that, you always had the Red Earth game, but, was there ever another time where, the Red Earth games were really incorporated in with, the Street Fighter characters and stuff like that?
Nope.
So this should be pretty interesting seeing how they're incorporated into it. And then I think you got, like I said, you got a mix of Street Fighter 3, Darkstalkers. You can see, I forget her name. I know she's one of those, the last characters that came out in the Alpha series. I think her name's Ingrid or something like that. But yeah, just really, really cool to check it out. And this is going to be your first time doing a Let's Play with me, so I'm really excited to have you on the channel. If you want to let anyone at home know a little bit more about you, the games you're playing, or anything like that, let me know.
Just playing a lot of modern games. Just finished Resident Evil 4 Remake. Amazing. Waiting for Final Fantasy 16.
This man actually got me into getting the PS5. Finally, I bit the bullet and got one. So, my girlfriend's a huge Harry Potter fan. So, I literally telling everyone I bought it for her initially, but it's for me as well. But
you haven't played anything past PS2?
No. If you guys know my channel, it's all the old stuff.
PS3, 4, and now you're just getting into 5. So you got a lot of games to catch up on.
Yeah, so, I figured, hey, let's knock this one out. If you guys like this video, let us know in the comment section. This is going to be our first time checking it out, so we can't promise you're going to be great at it. We're probably going to suck at first, but as we play through it, you'll see, with everything else, really, fighters and stuff like that, we're more so casual fighters. You're not going to see, crazy combo systems going on here. This isn't a tutorial of how to play the game or anything. It's just us trying out for this first time and really just kind of going through the motions with you guys. So, without further ado, guys, let's check this out. But, so Capcom Evolution Fighter. Dude, the fact that I can barely pronounce the name or remember the name of this game is probably one reason no one went to the store and was like, hey, I want to buy that game, Capcom Fighting Evolution.
I remember seeing this in the store, but I
think it was liquidated.
I didn't know what it was. By that time, I was too invested in Tekken.
Well, too, and not to harp on it much longer, but just the fact that, you had Marvel vs. Capcom 2 at that point. No one was that Christmas year, these games probably came out a year apart. No one was I want Capcom Fighting Evolution. Everyone's I want Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
They were pushing out too many fighting games.
I think that was their only thing. But, it wasn't there was any bad ones. It was just the fact that, there was so much to choose from. It was literally a renaissance of 2D fighting, dude. One. Well, I guess we're going to have to find out, so let's jump into it. But Capcom Fighting Evolution. I want to say I saw this game, growing up, on, store shelves for, $10. They were just trying to get rid of the game. I think there's a dedicated cabinet for it, if I'm not mistaken, but let's check it out. Let's go into the options mode first and just see, what they're giving us here with this. Display adjustments. We haven't played this, so we don't have any extra characters that I know of. Training mode, we're going to need all the training, but I think we're going to just jump in. Me and Ricky are going to do versus mode first. So, Red Earth, Alpha, you got your traditional Street Fighter 2, but I don't think they play a traditional Street Fighter 2.
I think they do.
They did? Okay. Third Strike and then Darkstalkers. I'm just wondering as far as because you had the different engines that were running at that time. I'm just wondering what versions of these four they're gonna be. So,
wow. Can you believe they did a fighting game without Morgan?
That's crazy. Was Felicia starting to become as popular as her at the time? Then maybe.
I have no idea.
She's up there too. I'm shocked that they actually gave us these four though, but
you would have thought they would have did more, you know, because it's not like they got to license the game from SNK or licensed characters from Marvel.
Yeah,
they could. I'm surprised there's no Resident Evil, no Dante at the time.
Also, this was the character I was referring to earlier, Ingrid. So, she's somehow connected with Bison, I think, from the stories. Like I know, like
Street Fighter 3.
In the Alpha series. I don't know why she's right here. So she's definitely not connected to the Third Strike, but if you have the PSP version of Alpha 3 Max, she's an unlockable, or you can pick her from the beginning, but she's like the last extra character. Yeah, that's the only one she's in is that version of Alpha, if I'm not mistaken.
On, the Vita.
Do you? Yeah, somehow she's connected with Bison. That's all I know about her story. That's the problem, is that there's so much actual like little lore in the Street Fighter games. Like I need to know more about it. But I read a lot like the Udon comics and stuff like that. I have a few of the graphic novels. I should loan you one day to check out. I think you would like them because I know I think you said you're a big Street Fighter guy, so you should take a read on those. You probably like them a lot. So let's see how this turns out.
So it's the sprite from SNK 2.
Yeah, I kind of picked up on that too a little bit. I think in the same. I think all four of them are the SNK 2. Yeah, that's. Is this the Darkstalker stage?
Yeah.
This looks cool shit. Yeah, I think the Street Fighter characters in SNK 2, I think they play a bit more traditionally like the Street Fighter 2 counterparts, just with updates. Because they have your light, medium, and hard for Bison, and then he has his traditional like Psycho Crusher attack, like forward back.
So it is a 6-button.
Yeah, setup. And like when I did his Psycho Crusher, I did like forward back forward strong punch, and it did his Psycho Crusher. So it's definitely like the SNK style.
What is it that came up?
In the background?
No, it was like button prompts.
Oh. I'm gonna figure it out.
He's such a cool character from Red Earth. I wish Capcom used him more.
How did you like it when you picked up the Capcom Fighter Mix? Because you picked up the one for your PlayStation, right? You didn't get the Switch port.
No, I just got it for PlayStation.
How did you like that?
I mean, it was great. They had a good collection of games. I mean, obviously I played the Street Fighter collection more, because Third Strike and the Alphas. It felt a little more responsive. Hopefully they will do like an update for the Street Fighter one for PlayStation to make it reduce some of the lag.
What else was on there? They had the Cybots games too, right? Which was like the
Cyberbots.
The game that Jin's originally in?
Yeah, they had most of the Darkstalkers, Puzzle Fighters.
Yeah, it had like 3 or 4 of the Darkstalkers games because I think it had like the updates to them too. Because it had like Vampire Savior, but then I think it also had the updated Vampire Savior too.
Yeah, it was a.
And I think a couple of those were exclusive to the arcade, or maybe just Japan exclusives that we didn't get. Because me and you usually played like my Saturn ports of them. So
It was a great collection. I think.
Hauser. This dude looks like he looks like a straight like Digimon character in that picture. I'm gonna try both of them just because I was pretty stoked to try them out. So
Capcom needs to do like a Marvel vs. Capcom collection. I know they gotta go through Disney now, but
is that who's currently holding them? Oh, because of Marvel, right? But for the game, is it different? Like as far
no,
as
it's still Disney. They gotta since they own Marvel now.
He looks nothing like his sprite.
Who, the guy?
Yeah. Suck a bitch. I can't even fucking hit you. Ooh. I don't know why, but I'm trying to do like a pile driver, like because he's so big. I'm just instantly like my instincts go back to Zangief, and I'm like maybe he's doing like half circle moves, but I couldn't pull off anything with him. Yeah. So what is that? Is that like? No idea. I wonder if we can switch our combos or switch up our specials. See, he's probably gonna be pretty good. I played this once on like a really shitty emulator, so I couldn't pull off any moves with him. So
Red Earth?
Yeah, so it just wasn't a good experience with it, and that's why I want to get that collection that you have.
Yeah, it usually goes on sale a couple times.
That's nasty. Getting like Thundercats vibes from this guy. Okay, he totally could have been in like MVC, just as like Capcom representing Red Earth somehow.
Yeah,
he probably could have been in
him
there.
And
but there's no way Hauser could like
the ninja guy that I played as.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good too.
I don't even think you could switch between characters in this, right?
I don't think so.
And it's kind of weird how, usually when you do team fighters, once you knock out, like I knocked out this guy in the first round, he's back.
Yeah, it's like they reset the entire round. He does like really crazy damage though.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's like your first time using Sentinel, like in X-Men Children of the Atom, or like using him in MVC2, and he's just super awkward. But I'm pretty sure once you get used to using him, he'll probably be like a really good fucking character.
Yeah.
Because it didn't take much for me to to pull off the moves. It's just getting him in zone where you can do that. So he's probably more of like a zoning character where you have to get back, do more like his projectiles and stuff like that. You said you tried Kenji.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try Hydron.
It just sucks that they don't really give you much options for characters.
Yeah, I mean, what do you got? 4, 8, 12. You got 21 characters.
And it's weird that they have Chun-Li under Street Fighter 3.
Yeah, and that's
when they could have gave another character from Street Fighter 3. She could have been in Street Fighter 2.
Now,
no Ken.
Would you prefer? I feel like you would probably, knowing you'd probably prefer the Third Strike Chun-Li though. But who would you want? But who would you want from Third Strike over those four, though? I'm gonna take a
Dudley.
Dudley, yeah, that's a good choice. And then they obviously was.
You got Ibuki.
Ibuki would have been good too.
Mikado.
Is that the little short one with the white headband?
She's the one with the karate attire.
Right. Okay. Yeah, those will all be pretty good choices. I definitely think Dudley should have been in this one. I think, like you said, put Chun-Li Street Fighter 2. I think because you have your core Street Fighter characters, Dudley represents the new age of characters, right? So you definitely should have 4 new heroes from 3.
I mean, at least Alpha they got, right?
How do you think they decided on these characters? Do you think they just all...
I think this game was quickly made.
I think so, too.
Not to say that it's not enjoyable, but you could tell that they were just like...
I think they had a fucking dartboard, and they had names, and they just threw it, and whatever stuck, they're like, okay, that's going to be... We're going to put that person here. It's like, it was like playing bingo, or like a fucking lottery, and they're like, yeah, Chun-Li Third Strike, let's do it. You know, I don't think there's any rhyme or reason for why these characters... Like, these are, like, don't get me wrong, Darkstalkers, solid lineup. Like, yes, Morgan maybe should be there because she's, like, at this point, she's a franchise. But you got characters you don't normally get to use. Red Earth, it didn't really matter. Like, barely anyone knows much about him. Alpha...
I bet this is probably the first time people even heard about Red Earth.
Yeah. I mean, if you're trying to represent different franchises, then... To be fair, you could technically... I know Guy is Alpha, but technically you could have done a final... Maybe you could have done like a Final Fight squad because you have the ones from the Alpha series. You could have given them their own thing just so people know what franchise they're originally from. Like for Alpha, I would have done Charlie instead of Karen.
Birdie
would have been good because when you think of Alpha, you think like Street Fighter Origins. Birdie would be a great one. Definitely Sakura. You think Dan? I mean, yeah, you could do Dan, but then would you do Sean over here, though? That's the thing.
Well, with 3, you could also put Hugo.
Hugo's
another grappler.
What about your boy Oro?
I don't like Oro, but I mean, there's people that are nasty with Oro.
I think Oro should go right in the center. Again, like, is she...
They should redo this again. Like, create another one. Because Capcom got so many new characters now. They could put people from Onimusha.
That'd
they
be sick,
put,
too.
Obviously more like the Resident Evil characters.
Was Onimusha originally Capcom?
Yeah, they got Devil May Cry now is more than just Dante. Now they got Nero, V, Virgil.
It's funny you say that because it's like, okay,
they're adding them in crossover games, so you might as well just make your own crossover game with all the licenses that you have, like Mega Man.
So to be fair, I mean that's a great point because it's like at this point everyone's always like, you know, Marvel versus Capcom, right? SNK versus Capcom, Namco versus Capcom. The list goes on, but like
they should do.
Why not just do a strict Capcom fighter? Because Capcom's never like they're always battling for these royalties, right? To be able to do something with Marvel or to do something with SNK. Like why not focus once? Because you have so like a vast majority of like iconic Capcom characters. Just do a straight Capcom fighter.
This is basically what this is.
But like, execute it well.
Yeah,
but like, do one that's like very well executed, you know. So,
because I mean,
I think
from what I hear, they have a better relationship with SNK now compared to before. But I mean, I don't know if they'll ever do a, you know, Capcom versus SNK 3, and then with Marvel, it's like. After Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, I don't know. I'm sure there will be another Marvel vs. Capcom, but you don't know when.
Yeah.
And if Disney's being the way they are, they probably wanted to be focused on the Marvel movies. I mean, now that they own X-Men and Fantastic Four, maybe those characters will come back, but it doesn't have to be tied into the Marvel movies.
Right.
Where at least with Capcom, they have the freedom to do whatever they need. Or whatever they want with, you know, their characters.
Yeah, I'm really shocked that Mega Man's not in this, just because
he's
been an integral part of all the MVC games. So like, if you're gonna do a Capcom, and maybe this is. maybe this just had certain specifications in it they were going for to make sure the engines ran properly. Because, like I said, they're obviously using the SVC, or excuse me, SNK2 sprites and stuff. So maybe they were trying to.
Yeah, but even the backgrounds, like, they're kind of, not to be rude, but they're kind of cheap.
Yeah.
Because this came out in what, 04?
04, 03, something like that. Because I remember I was still using.
And to think like they came out with MVC2 and Capcom versus SNK2 early 2000.
Yeah, because I was still using my PS2 to extent, but I remember like I had already had it for a great deal of time, and then I think this came out, and then that Final Fight Streetwise came out, and I was like, oh, this is going to be like a really good new Final Fight game, because we hadn't had a Final Fight game since what, Super Nintendo, or at least in the States that I can remember, or Final Fight 1 through 3, but it was like nothing like the traditional Final Fight games.
I think I remember when that game came out.
Streetwise, I think I said it, but we should actually try that out one day just for fun, fuck around with it.
That was the time when everything was trying to go 3D.
Yeah. It wasn't always for the better. Rose is actually pretty nice in this one, believe it or not. She's better in this than she is in the alpha.
I haven't played the alphas in a while.
So we gotta get you to play the alpha 3 with me. Maybe persuade you to think, have a second opinion on the alpha series. I'm trying to tell this man that Alpha 3, one of the best 2D fighters of all time. You guys gotta help me out and convince him to play it with me.
It's just not comfortable playing on that Saturn controller.
Well, now if we can get the arcade stick for it, we won't have. Then it'll be a different story. You saw your fireball like went right through my tornado. That's kind of cool. Oh, nice.
Oh wow, I thought you got me.
No, you got me in that one. Hydron's nice, it's just I gotta play with her a little bit more. I want to go back and use Leo again. Are they working on a new Darkstalkers game that you know of?
There was
Because they did
rumors.
They did that collection of games with all the new Darkstalkers, so I think if that does really good, maybe Capcom will be inclined to make another Darkstalkers.
I don't know. It's such a niche, franchise for fighting. I mean, real fighting fans will know it, but you ask people who play fighting games now,
We'll go back to
they'll probably only know
Street Fighter.
Morgan. That's it.
Yeah. And now, if you could bring back one specific Capcom franchise, like fighter, what would you want to see them redo? Do you have one in particular you could think of?
I mean, they're always gonna do Street Fighter no matter what.
I think if they revamped Vampires, Darkstalkers would be really good.
It would be cool, but to be honest, I would still rather like a Capcom versus SNK 3 or a proper Marvel versus Capcom 4.
I want to do SVC Chaos with you, because I don't think you've had a chance to really play through that one.
Like, I would love like a King of Fighters 13 style sprite work, but like with a Capcom versus SNK 3 version of it, or a Marvel versus Capcom 4 version of it, but they won't. Everything is going to be 3D, which, I mean, I don't mind, but I feel like we lost a charm with these type of sprite works. Minus, this version. Obviously, this is like the worst version looking of it, but
it's funny because when you look at the background, like some of the animations. Was that like his own version of death?
like there's Ken and
Yeah, but like what's funny is like some of them are moving and some of them just look like paintings, because like some of them aren't even like animated, or they like barely animated at all. Like, look, Ken's head's the only thing that moves, but I don't even think his arms moving in the background. Like, I see what you're saying now, because I mean
It's not bad.
The art
if it
styles
was
look
like
dope,
earlier, like if this was, but
But,
since
like-
we've had so many 2D sprite works from them before that, that was more interactive. Like remember Third Strike, whenever you drop somebody, like the stuff would move.
Yeah, this almost looks like a kick-ass poster back, because there's like characters from here that like I haven't really seen
Like there's
together. Like there's DJ, right?
DJ, Hugo's back here.
It looks it reminisces very much of like that like late Street Fighter
There's
2 art
Sean.
style. Yeah, there's Sean back there. See, he's actually animated, and Ken's like barely animated. When he's
Charlie's just standing behind Ken's.
yeah, you could tell, like you said, you can definitely see that it was just very heavily rushed. But I mean, there was a lot of potential they could have definitely done with this. The characters themselves are fine. It's just, I don't know if they're balanced across the board.
No.
It doesn't feel like someone, especially the Red Earth characters.
They still play like Red Earth, which is a very slow fighting game compared to other Capcom ones.
There you go, so you guys can hear that a little bit more.
What the fuck?
Sword's got some range to it. I see you trying to bust out your super, but you haven't. I don't even know how to do his. I was trying to do forward back with his, and then I tried doing quarter circle 2-punch, and it wasn't as super either. But he's nice though. Over 2, buddy. Okay, we're getting serious for a couple of these now. Gonna work you over with my Alex. My Third Strike.
You play a lot?
I think with you I played him a decent amount. I mean, you always kick my ass though when I have Alex though. Yo, finally, Sagat and Adon are actually like working together in training. That's great. Because aren't they like technically rivals for the most part?
Yeah.
I think SNK versus Capcom 2 Bison, which is probably this Bison for the most part. It feels like it's the same one they used.
Looks the same.
He's probably my favorite version of Bison to use. I just love his art, his sprite work too.
I don't really get what that is. I don't think you could even change any of that.
Oh, for the super?
No, whatever.
Your,
that,
like your
whatever that thing
your
comes up.
technique for the round. How does it feel compared to playing him in Third Strike? Does it feel pretty one-to-one?
Yeah. It's funny though, because you see his sprite work. It looks more advanced than like some of the other ones.
That's how it's in SNK vs. Capcom 2. Like if you compare like Morgan's sprite to
Yeah.
you know Bison's sprite, they fucked that up. Oh, I thought I had your ass. So what is it, Yin and Yun? Yin and Yang?
Yeah.
Are they technically are they mirror characters, or do they have their own skill set? Like, how does that work as far as...
Never really played the other one much. I know he's like training him, from what I remember.
But when we played, Second Impact, where they were both under the same character, weren't they? And I think in Third Strike, they both have their own.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe they started out as like... I forget what those are called, echo characters? But maybe then they just differentiated the characters a little bit more. Yeah, you weren't blocking that. You were just too low. But even the backgrounds look good. Like, I guess they fully animated Adon, but it's Sagat's just standing there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna try out Guile and Zangief. Did you try him yet? Any of the which Red Earth characters did you try?
Just
Genji. Just Genji. Okay. That's actually a pretty good team. It's solid. Get it on. Trying to grab you. You kept teleporting. Yeah, they definitely ripped that straight from
Darkstalkers.
Just from the game itself. There was no updated sprite for that one. You counting up in KOK? KOK? Oh, little bitch. That's all I have.
It's crazy how I did so many hits and it just tickled me.
Well, I was trying to do like a full circle hard punch like to grapple you, and he just kept doing his lariat, so I was like, it's working, I'm just gonna keep doing it. Ooh, man, okay, Akuma keep fucking teleporting around me. Stay back. Stay back. I was trying to hit you with a freaking sonic boom. So we got 6-3. Feel a couple more. Who haven't I tried yet?
So what would you say about that?
I like it. It feels very SNK vs. Capcom 2-ish. I mean, it's not as refined. but this is playable. This isn't like not playable where it's like I'm not enjoying it.
Do you think it was overhated on?
I would say so. I mean, if you're a diehard Capcom guy at this point, you're probably gonna tear it apart because there's some great people out there that play these games on a daily basis. So, but I mean, for me, I love these games, so I play a little bit of everything casually. So from my standpoint, this is perfectly fine.
It'd be lower than the other
yeah.
fighters,
like
the other Capcom fighters.
If you were like, if you locked me in a room and you said, here's your 3 games, you got MVC, you got the SNK, and then you got Capcom Fighting Evolution. I still like pause every time I try to say it. I'm probably gonna pick this one last, right? Because the other 2 are just that good. But yeah, it's not like I'm gonna shit on it and be like, I don't want to fucking play this.
I wonder what the.
But I just like the inclusion of the characters that I don't usually get these. I don't get these matchups. I don't get Leo with Urinal over here, Urian. But like, when am I ever gonna get a Third Strike matchup with Red Earth? I think it's pretty fucking dope. You know what's funny too is as much as you love the Third Strike games, I really want to research them more as far as the characters. I want to know more about the Third Strike arc as far as what was going on in the overall story. Like, I know this takes place after 5, because 5 branches.
No, I think 5 is before 3.
So is it 1, 2, 4, 5, 3? Correct. It goes in that order. And I think Alpha is between 1 and 2, or Alpha's at the beginning. It's either or. You're always nasty with those uppercuts. Like, you just time them perfectly. The SNK characters mesh in very well with the Third Strike because, like at the time, the art styles were very closely matched up. They both look beautiful.
You could tell the difference there.
Yeah. Because it wasn't. So you explained to me that which CP engine is Third Strike?
CP3 the same as
So that's why I feel so CP2 obviously is Alpha, the Alpha series.
Alpha.
So that's why you could definitely if you put those sprites up, you can tell that they didn't even bother updating them. So you can see where they're like CP2 sprites, like especially with him that's a CP2 sprite. If I'm even saying that correctly.
And then I think Naomi was CBS 1 and 2.
Was it?
And then of course more versus Capcom 2.
Yeah, you might be right on that. Each one of our third rounds have come down to that. Everyone in the background's like, yeah, good job.
Keeping the arm up the whole match.
I don't think I used Kenji yet, so I'm gonna try him out. And then I don't think I've used Guy either. This needed those like backgrounds though that were like 3D, 2D that you saw typically in those Marvel vs. Capcom 2 SNK at the time, especially just how well they went. This is actually pretty nice, but I think Is this the retro stage possibly?
Maybe.
Okay, Alex is nasty.
I never played as Alex.
First time for everything, buddy.
Oh, you just got it.
So you can see that they have their different technical super bars. Like you see like the level 1 and I have like a percentage bar. But it's not really explained well unless that's just a given. That's how they're... I don't know which version of these characters it is. That's the only issue.
Yeah, like Alex looks like Third Strike.
But then again, it's like, yeah, it has to be Third Strike, right? It wouldn't be like Second Impact Alex.
Or not.
I don't know how the bar... I don't know how the...
It could just be regular Street Fighter 3 too. Another thing too, they probably never balanced these things.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Cause like some character, like when I played in a car, he's slow as hell, but he seems faster in MVC too.
Okay, let's do one more. Bring out your two best. I'm bringing out my two best. Definitely bring Bison. And then really, are you that confident with me?
I like him. He seems. He's probably not that good in Third Strike because you know there's other characters that are better. But...
Is that how it would end? Like the climax would be Ryu versus Bison in the...
And the weird stage.
And he would finish with a Hadouken?
In the weird stage.
Yeah, they're in like some kind of fucking alternate dimension, bro.
Yeah.
Just the first round, buddy. Don't get comfortable yet. Ooh.
What the hell is that lightning coming up?
Holy shit. Alright, best of the three.
Oh, come on!
Best out of three. Best out of three.
You changed the rule.
Best out of three.
You were whipping my ass in the beginning when we started playing this, and now as
Best
soon as I start coming back,
Best out of three, and then we'll see. Same character.
Oh,
fuck.
Fuck it.
All right, I'll switch one of them up, and then we'll come back to the finale. Alex versus God, that'd be good. You fucking battling at the fucking runway, the airport. Psycho Cressa.
Dude, we played this map so many times. How many maps are there?
Well, as long as it helps you lose. Ooh. Ooh, fuck. Oh, that's close. I never used Alex before.
I really haven't. How many times have we played Third Strike and I never touched?
I don't believe it.
I never touched Alex.
It's funny how he picks Alex in the final round. Just joking. How do you use this motherfucker though? Oh. Thanks, E Honda. Thanks for the support.
Oh look, Ibuki is up there.
Oh yeah, she is. Oh, they're going in rhythm. Everyone in the backgrounds of every stage just raises their hand up. That's all they do.
Yep.
It's like soulless.
Oh wow. There you go.
Let's go, buddy. One more. Bring back that best team you had. You know, Alex, you can't finish it off with Alex.
This is it?
This is it. This is official. I can't go back on my word now. Best. Winner takes all right here, guys.
Yeah, my 8 wins versus your 4 wins.
Those didn't count. It should really just come down to Ryu versus Bison. It should just be 1v1 right here. I'm waiting to find, like, someone tells me that Akuma's hidden in this game somewhere.
Cyber Akuma?
That'd be dope. Why's he got fucking wings, though? Like, where does he... Who, like, builds him? Like Dr. Gero. Red Ribbon Army. Oh, we're so lucky! Oh! Everyone raised their fucking hand in victory in this.
That's all you do in this game.
Yeah, this is what
you probably say the name of this game and everybody's like...
that's just everyone's reaction. Are you playing Capcom Evolution?
Oh my god. This guy blocks everything. Jesus.
Leo for the next Marvel vs. Capcom. Let's go.
Yeah,
he should just be on the cover with his freaking...
He's on the cover with the collection.
He should be. He's fucking awesome. Final round, bro. Let's do it. Don't get sweaty fingers now.
Too late.
Oh. Oh, yes! This battle is about to explode. Go for broke. Oh. Oh. Oh, he's so lucky. You know why I don't have the red? I'm not the red suited bison. I'm the purple one.
You've been purple the whole time.
I'm not full.
Yeah, you
I
can't
haven't
even
embraced
finish
my
that.
full dark side yet.
Look, you got a 37. I got a 63.
He whooped my ass, but it's okay. We'll get him the next game.
And you're wearing a Capcom shirt. Take that out.
I might even have a, Capcom tidy whities on. Who knows, guys? But that's Capcom Fighting Evolution. So, what'd you think of it?
It's not bad, but I'd play other Capcom fighters instead.
Yeah, I agree.
I give it a 6.
I mean, since you whooped my ass, you should just be like, "Hey, Justin, we should play this every time I come over, right?"
I'll whip your ass or anything else.
Well, guys, next time you join us, we're going to be playing some of the SNK games. So, what are we starting off with? SNK vs. Capcom 1? What do you want to do? How are we doing this? The best of 3?
Capcom versus SNK 1, but let's wait till we get the pro version for Dreamcast.
Okay, yeah. Enrique ordered SNK vs. Capcom
That
Pro
should be
for the
here by
Dreamcast.
in a couple weeks.
So, keep waiting. As soon as you get in the mail, we'll play through it.
And then we'll play Capcom versus SNK 2.
So, yeah, I think we got a few things I want to go through and play with you, but mostly, like I said, we love anything Capcom, anything Street Fighter related. So,
Classic fighting games.
Yeah,
Bloody Roar, Tekken.
that's another one I want to get into with you is the Tekken series because he's very good at Tekken, and I'm very much more like the Street Fighter guy like that. So I think it complements each other very well. You can show me the ropes a little more in Tekken. But guys, thanks so much for joining us. Rockin' Cat Reviews here on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok. And if you liked what you saw today, give it a thumbs up. If not, if you thought this if you thought this video was horrible, give it a thumbs down. Tell us we suck at life and that we just need to get good. That's pretty much it. But you're gonna see a lot more of Enrique on the channel. Thanks so much for coming in today and kicking my ass in some Capcom Evolution. And any closing thoughts you want to say about the game itself, or that's pretty much it. Huh?
Well, probably play better fighting games than this.
Yeah, we got a lot more to catch up on and a lot more games to play. So guys, again, thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next episode. So take care, everybody.